Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah. Thank you again, my brothers and sisters, for joining me when we speak about the golden morals of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and some of these stories where we can use them as prime examples to help us connect deeper with our spirituality, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and how to deal with our families, particularly during this lockdown. So today we will be talking about how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam profoundly loved his grandchildren, particularly the children of Fatima, Al-Hassan and Al-Hussein. And he tells us, he describes them to be the masters of youth in paradise. This is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he gives them this description. And he shows them a lot of compassion and a lot of love, and he would usually sit them on his lap and he would kiss them and just show them a lot of care and love and compassion. And this story takes us, is narrated by one of the companions, Shaddad bin al-Had. And he was married to a close friend of the wives of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he tells us this account where he found Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam entering the masjid at one stage, and he had one of his two grandchildren, Al-Hassan or Al-Hussein, on his back as he was walking to the masjid. And he walked to the front of the masjid where he was about to lead the prayer, and he was about to start his salah, and he placed his grandchild on the floor. This was either Dhuhr or Asr. One narration says Dhuhr, one narration says Asr, and one narration says it was Al-Hassan, another says Al-Hussein. But the point of the story is just about to come. So he started his prayer, and then he made his prostration. He was making his sujood, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam extended his sujood for longer than normal. So one of the companions by the name of Shaddad, who I just mentioned, who was narrating the story, he lifted his head to see what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was doing and why he was taking so long to get up, only to find his grandson Al-Hassan or Al-Hussein laying on his back, laying on Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's back. So once the prayer finished, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was asked as to why he extended his prostration, his sujood. And people thought he was either thinking of a certain matter, or maybe a revelation was actually revealed to him during this sajda. But Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said none of that happened. And he said, rather, my son was resting on me, and I hated to rush him until he had finished what he desired. This was Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the leader of the Muslims that have passed and the leader of the Muslims that are coming to the future, who was there patiently waiting in sujood while his grandson was on top of his back. And the lesson we learn from this, my brothers, is the compassion Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had towards his children, his grandchildren, the people that were around him, and most importantly, the patience he has. Now, being where we are right now, stuck in this extended lockdown, we struggle with teaching our children, homeschooling, or getting them to become closer to their deen, or getting them to do normal things, get them off the TV, off the games, and we sometimes lose our patience, and we struggle with that. And we're reminded through these golden morals of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that patience is the key to all of this, so that we may ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to get us out of this lockdown as soon as possible and back to our normal lives, back to the masajid, back to our Friday prayers, and back to our work. Jazakumullah khair, my brothers and sisters, for listening to me again.